Have you ever felt like everything is going well in your life, and suddenly, for no apparent reason, things start to go wrong? You wake up with a tired body, even after a full night's sleep. You notice that small conflicts arise out of nowhere. Objects break, plans are delayed, and that good feeling you had starts to turn into weight, into discouragement, in stagnation. Is this a coincidence? Or are you being hit by something invisible, silent, but extremely powerful? Have you ever thought that you might be suffering the effects of envy? Or worse, could you be a direct victim of black eye? What few people understand is that envy does not need to be declared to exist. She can hide behind a smile, a forced compliment, a look that lasts too long. And the bad eye, the evil eye doesn't even need words. It carries such a heavy energetic charge that it can cross distances, enter your home, settle in your spiritual field, and begin to affect you slowly without you immediately realizing it. It's hard to admit this, but there are people who get upset just because you look good, just because you have a harmonious family, or because you are starting to prosper, make dreams come true, feel truly happy. Its light bothers those who live in inner darkness, and this is where the spiritual problem begins. Envy acts in a sneaky way, like a kind of indirect spiritual attack. It vibrates at the frequency of scarcity, resentment, unhealthy comparison. When someone emits this type of energy against you unconsciously, it can collide with your energy field, causing emotional, physical, and spiritual disturbances. And if you have a low vibration, without spiritual protection or without noticing the signs, the consequences can be serious. Maybe you're going through this right now and don't even know it. You may be wondering why so much has gotten out of hand lately. Why have you been feeling weaker, more distracted, more emotionally vulnerable? Have you ever noticed that sometimes all it takes is meeting a certain person for your energy to collapse? Have you ever felt that strange heaviness in the room after talking to someone who seemed normal? Have you ever had a headache right after showing off an achievement of yours? These are subtle but powerful signs, and you need to learn to recognize them. Spiritual energy does not lie. The body and soul react when something is wrong, but many people ignore the warnings. You think it's just a feeling of discomfort that will pass, but it doesn't happen, because it's not physical, it's spiritual. And the most curious thing, these manifestations do not always come from people who are declared to be bad. Often, envy comes from someone close to you, a colleague, a neighbor, a relative, even a friend who says he's rooting for you, but tears up inside every time he sees your happiness grow. And this negative vibration accumulates in your energy field. It undermines your vitality, it messing up your emotions, block your paths. Have you ever woken up on a seemingly ordinary day, but with a heavy body, without any motivation, as if you were carrying something that wasn't yours? Have you ever had that sequence of small problems that seem silly individually, but together cause chaos in your routine? Have you ever tried to do something simple and everything went wrong, as if something was sabotaging your movements? This could be a clear sign that your energy is being attacked by envy and evil eye. These energies act mainly on our chakras, the centers of spiritual force that govern our balance. The solar plexus chakra, for example, which is related to our personal power and vitality, is one of the most affected in these cases. When it is overwhelmed by negative external vibrations, we feel discouragement, confusion, and a sense of defeat. And all of this can be happening without the person even knowing they are being targeted. Have you ever felt that inexplicable anguish, as if something was pressing you inside? Have you ever felt like isolating yourself from nothing, or noticed that your creativity and joy gradually disappeared? This may not be an emotional crisis. It may be a reflection of dense spiritual energies launched against you. And the worst. The thing is, the more you remain silent and don't protect yourself, the more these energies gain strength. Evil eye doesn't need a spell or ritual. It is often stronger than any magic done with intention because it is loaded with intense emotion, focus, and destructive desire. A simple thought of, "Why him and not me?" can generate an energy wave so heavy that it directly affects those who are unprotected, especially if you've been exposing yourself too much on social media, in conversations with the wrong people, showing your life to those who don't have a clean heart to see you grow. And what happens with this accumulated energy? It manifests itself. It manifests itself in the form of burnout, in the form of problems that arise out of nowhere, in the form of relationships that begin to wear out, in thoughtless decisions, in doors that were open and suddenly they begin to close in. Many people also report a strange symptom, feeling as if they are being watched all the time, a strange presence around, especially when they are alone. Sometimes this feeling increases at dusk, and the person begins to have difficulty sleeping. Nightmares, a feeling of heaviness in the environment. Therefore, your attention is now more important than ever. If you identified with all of this, it's because your energy field is asking for help, and maybe you never stopped for note that much of your recent challenges may be fueled by invisible but very real forces. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt like someone envied you, even without saying a word? Have you ever noticed that your life has stalled after getting close to certain people? Leave your comment below. Tell me if you've ever experienced something like this. This helps other people understand that they are not alone in this fight. And of course, if this video makes sense to you, like it now, share it with someone who also needs to awaken spiritually and protect themselves. Don't underestimate the power of envy and evil eye. They may be closer than you think. And in the next section, we will go even deeper into how to recognize each of these signs clearly. What are your body, mind, and soul trying to show you? Get ready, because now we're going to unravel all of this. The first sign is the sudden, unusual tiredness. It doesn't matter how many hours you sleep or if you had a quiet day, the body simply doesn't respond. It feels like an invisible weight accompanies you from the moment you wake up. This type of tiredness is not physical, it's spiritual. It's as if your energy is being sucked away by something or someone, and you feel like you're carrying a burden that isn't yours. The second sign is the persistent headache or pressure in the back of the neck, especially after meeting certain people or going to certain places. It may be mild, but it's uncomfortable, as if something is trying to invade your mind or disturb your thoughts. This pain is a reflection of an energy field being invaded, and the neck area is very sensitive to spiritual attacks. It is there that many negative energies try to enter. The third sign is the mental confusion, forgetfulness, feeling of being lost within oneself. You start a task and can't complete it. Forget simple things, mix up dates, change words. It feels like your mind is slowly shutting down. This is an energetic blockage, a direct attack on your center of spiritual clarity, and it usually happens when someone casts the vibration of envy on you very intensely. The fourth sign is sudden changes in your mood and emotions. One moment you are fine, smiling, confident. The next, there is an unexplained irritation, a sudden sadness, an urge to cry that you don't know where it came from. This is not just emotional, it's energetic. It's as if a shadow is crossing your field and leaving traces wherever it goes, and the more you ignore it, the more it intensifies. The fifth sign is the sequence of delays, losses, and unforeseen events. Little things start to go wrong. Important appointments are cancelled. Money that was almost certain doesn't come in. Mechanical and electronic problems, silly accidents. Nothing flows. Everything crashes. It feels like the universe is against you. But in reality, your spiritual field is being obstructed. Envy has this power. It not only disturbs internally, but also interferes in external paths. The sixth sign is the insomnia, light sleep, or disturbing dreams. You try to sleep, but your body becomes restless. When he falls asleep, he wakes up several times, and when you dream, your dreams are strange, with heavy images, dark places, bad sensations. It's your spirit trying to defend itself. It is the reflection of the energetic attack that continues to act even during sleep. The evil eye doesn't sleep, it projects. He follows. And the seventh sign, perhaps the strongest and most difficult to ignore, it is the constant feeling of being watched. Or watched, even alone, you feel presences. You feel like there's something nearby, something that is not good. It can come in the form of shivers, chills, strange noises in the house, flashes in the corners of the eyes. It is your spiritual body trying to warn you. There is something here that does not belong to you. If you felt at any point in this video that these words were describing exactly what you have been experiencing, then your soul is awakening. This is not a coincidence. This is a calling. You are not going crazy. You are not alone. What you feel is real. What you have experienced has an explanation. And yes, there is protection. There is cleansing. There is light. But the first step is to recognize the signs. And now I really want to hear from you. Comment below if any of these signs have ever happened to you, or if you know someone who lives exactly this and still doesn't understand what's behind it. Let your report. Your story can open other people's eyes. It can save someone who is suffering in silence. And if this video made sense to you, like. Now this helps me get this message to more people. Share with someone you love, someone who deserves to protect themselves, free themselves, spiritually cleanse themselves. There are a lot of good people being affected by bad energy without knowing it. But today, that could start to change, because spiritual awakening begins by recognizing the signs. And in the next video, I will show you how to protect yourself from all this, what to do when you become a target, how to strengthen your energy against envy, against the evil eye, and against any spiritual attack. So activate the bell, because what's next? It can change your energy forever.